I wanted to show you kind of what my days have been like since having no job and trying to venture into the reselling business. Every day has been, regardless of the fact that I'm, not able to find a job and I don't really know what my income's going to look like the next 6 months or so. I wake up every day and I still feel very happy, very joyful. Of course, I have my moments here and there, it's kind of up and down, but for the most part, it's like this weight has been lifted off my shoulder. I don't have to be stressed out, anxious, depressed, worry about my, previous job. I feel like now I can kind of have control and the freedom to be able to do what I want and focus on what I'm actually really passionate about, which is, clothes, shopping, accessory, reselling, and growing this business and getting myself hopefully in the future into this kind of journey into this financial freedom. But for right now, it's tough because I'm just starting out. I don't know anything. I don't really have a lot of support and resources. I'm kind of on my own. So that's why I think, I'm not going to be able to pay bills with this career path yet until, I can make it successful and figure out a way to make it sustainable. So right now, I'm still looking for a job. I have not found anything, and I'm just trying to stay positive and hopeful every single day, keeping myself busy, doing this reselling while keeping myself busy while trying to find a job. So this is kind of like what my day is like. I would wake up. My first priority is really just applying for what jobs are open. And then the second priority is managing listing, doing, if there are any orders that come in, I make sure that I take care of that right away. And then anything that has to do with customer questions or offers or anything that come through in each of the sites that I'm currently managing, I will take care of that as well throughout the day. But the main focus of my day is really uploading listing on all the platforms, going out and sourcing what I can and finding the things that I think that will sell. And then I keep looking over because I wanted to make sure I'm recording. I'm not looking at myself. And once I find the items that I think that will sell, I'll obviously bring it home, clean it, make sure it's in a really as pristine condition as possible. And then I would then, steam it. And as you could tell, I finished steaming this dress today, and I am going to take pictures of it. That's the part that takes the most work, is taking pictures, making sure you get all the angle, getting it in a natural light, and then, making sure that you are able to actually make a sell from the pictures that you are posting, because sometimes pictures can, tell 1,000 words. And if your picture doesn't tell a story, it probably won't get much visibility. So this is what my day looks like. Just cleaning and steaming all the items that I need to post and take pictures of. Today was kind of, I don't do it every day. I kind of do it all in one day if I have a lot of stuff. And then the next day, I'll start listing it. So I'll take one day where I would clean and I would steam and do all of that, and then take pictures of them. And then the next day, that is when I would start doing the copy, the highlights, and then start posting them throughout the week. So that's kind of my cadence so far here. As you could tell, some of these dresses are dresses that this one in particular is actually new. I still have a lot of dresses in my closet that I have not touched, so I'm just getting rid of them. They've never been worn, they've just been sitting there, and this is one of those dresses. I just wanted to leave this part in there because my cat was being super cute because she was curious about what I was doing. Every time I'm recording, she always will come by because she's curious about the voice. And, you know, she'll try to act like she's helping, or she just wants me to pet her or play with her when I'm trying to work. But she's just so cute. I cannot not put her in the video. So this is kind of where her spot is. I have her tree, her bed tree right next to the window, so she can actually look out the window all day, every day. But since I'm doing this, I often have to move it out of the way, so then she'll like jump on the ledge and look out the window that way. But her name's Midnight. She just wanted to be on camera and say hi. So this is kind of the second half of my day. I think this is the next day. Still wearing the same pants. I wear the same pants every day. Anyways, so after, you know, cleaning and steaming and taking the photos, this is the part where I would, you know, grab all the information about the product as much as I can. If there's any special compartments or feature about the item, the material, you know, hardware, anything that could be identified as a highlight for the item. I would go through it one by one and then just keep a little sort of quick note of that item and what it has. So that way, as I am gathering all this info and I'm inputting it into the product listing generator that I've created, it will easily create those highlights and romance copy and bullets for me without me having to go back and forth trying to figure out item by item, okay, what does this item have, or, you know, what's the color of the buttons, or what size is this, you know, what material is this. So I just have it in one place. So there's what I'm doing, just going through each of the items that I've taken pictures of that's already been cleaned, and grabbing all the necessary details about the item and putting it into the Excel spreadsheet. And this is another grueling part of my day, is, you know, grabbing the details and then creating the highlights and the description. Granted, I have, you know, a system where it generates it for me automatically, but it still takes a little bit of time when you're going through and trying to gather all the details. So yeah, take a couple hours of my day just looking through the product, and it also gives me another opportunity to be able to see if there are any other additional flaws or marks or anything that I need to make sure that I clean in case, you know, an order comes in and I need to ship it out. I don't have to worry about you know, not being able to catch that. So seeing that up close and in the sunlight will help me fix the problems right away. So this is the second boring part of this whole process, is that once I've gathered all my information and I have it in the spreadsheet, I would go through and use my product listing generator for it to help me create those titles and bullets and description about the item very quickly. I do that just by pulling the pictures that I've already taken of each item, just kind of the front view of it, and then filling out the basic details here. As you could tell, this is a dress that I taken pictures of, and I'm just doing the basic, you know, the category, the size, the material, and anything that is unique about the product or that I want to highlight about the product that the customer may not know. I will put it down there in the bottom description part as I'm typing it in right now. So yeah, it's actually very convenient, but again, it does take my time, and I don't know if other people are doing this or how they're able to list their products so quickly. I wish that I can get some tips and tricks from other people about this. I wonder if they do the same thing or if they just simply take pictures, give the most basic detail possible, and just list them. But I take a little bit more time with it, and again, not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess I'll probably learn as I go. And then I would grab the detail that it spits out for me and then just save it into the document, just so one, I can have a record of it, and two, if I do want to list it across any other site, I can easily just copy and paste that over into the other platform, so I don't have to redo this over and over again. But as you could see, it's an item by item process, and it's a copy and paste type of task. So it could be mundane, it could be tedious. So you really have to make sure that you stay focused while you're doing this, because you can easily get distracted and you lost your place, you don't know where you're at. But yeah, this is kind of the second part of, or maybe this is the third part of the whole entire listing process now, I'm not sure. But just repeating that for the rest of the items that I've finished taking photos of for that particular day. So I just wanted to show you a really quick kind of visual of what the bins look like here at some of the places that I go to. It's a little intimidating, but it is somewhat exhilarating to kind of fight for some of these products. So this is the final stage of kind of this whole entire process, is actually getting the orders and then shipping them out. I'm finally able to set up a printer at home so I don't have to keep going to the FedEx center right next to my house to print the labels. Now I can actually print the labels at home. Thank you, God. Now I can, just put the labels on at my house and then go and drop it off at the USPS center, and I don't have to worry about going through 2-3 different places to do that. So it's going to be a lot more convenient for me now. But what I'm doing is, once an order comes in, I inspect the item one last time to make sure there's nothing else that needed to be removed or clean. So basically, this is what I'm doing. These 2 orders came in last night from Depop. They were on there only, I think, for like maybe 1 or 2 days, and they sold fairly quickly. So I'm glad that it took off so quick on Depop. But I'm going through trying to figure out, okay, what's the best method to be able to package these. I decided to use a dust bag for this mule, and it seems like it fits perfectly into the bag. And I think that since it is going to only travel to within Utah, around Utah, this particular item is just going to a different city. I don't think that we need to worry too much about the packaging. The next order that was from Depop was this All Saints bag. I'm just going through again, cleaning it up, making sure everything looks good before I ship it out. And then this is just the packaging portion of it. Once everything is clean and no additional cleaning or alterations or adjustment that I needed on the product, I'll just start to package it together. I try to put a little more thought into the packaging. If I don't have a dust bag or anything, I'll put it into the tissue paper. And then I will also put like this thank you sticker on each and every single one of them, and try to just make it as personable as I can through the way that I package. And I will also include my business card in there as well. And here is the final process to take it out and drop it off at the nearest post office.